Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So the question I get asked about the most about the Tesla is how I charge it and what that experience is like. So I've owned the Tesla now for around 3 months. I've driven around 3,000 kilometers in it. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how it is to own a Tesla without having a charger at home. Owning an electric car has some really nice convenience features. First of all, they're super fast. They don't have any gears and the engine doesn't have to rev up to a particular point to deliver the power. So all the power is usually instantaneously available, which feels really nice. The second convenience feature is that, you don't have to go to a gas station to fill up your car. And the third thing is that you can charge your car at home. So it's kind of like your phone, you leave it plugged in at night and it kind of charges overnight and you always have a full tank of gas. For me, unfortunately, I don't have a charger at home. So I live in an apartment building. I've requested the management multiple times to have an electrical port installed. But unfortunately, the management hasn't made a decision yet on how they want to move forward with electric cars in our community. It's probably going to come soon, maybe 6 months down the line, a year down the line. I should be able to install an electrical point next to my parking. But unfortunately, as of right now, I don't have that facility. So I have to live on public chargers. And so this video is going to kind of describe that experience. So let me first talk about what my driving habits are per week. I have a daily commute of about 20 kilometers each way. So that means roughly I do 40 kilometers going to the office and coming back every day. It's like a 20-minute drive each direction. So I'm roughly on the road about 40 to 45 minutes in a day. So far, since I've owned the car, it's been winter in Dubai, which is like summer in most other places. It's a nice, decent 22 to 25 degrees Celsius outside. And so all those factors do affect electric cars because if it's too hot or too cold, it affects the battery and range in certain ways. So that's roughly what I drive, like about 40 kilometers a day. So that's 200 kilometers a week just in commuting to the office and back. And of course, we will go out every once in a while or I'll have to run some errand or chore. So let's say I add another 50 to 100 kilometers per week on the car. So my rough usage has been around 1,000 kilometers a month so far. So I've done around 3,200 kilometers in 3 months. The car that I have is the Tesla Model Y long range. So there's a very specific reason I bought the long range over the performance. I would have loved to get the performance and it wasn't really a matter of price because the difference between the Model Y long range and the performance is, like around $4,000 to $5,000. It's not drastic, especially when you're paying monthly installments. You don't feel it that much. It's the range difference. The range drops on the Model Y performance by about 50 kilometers. So my car has a range, 100% battery range of around 530 kilometers. So that easily fits into my weekly requirements of driving the car. I usually charge my car on Sunday at a Tesla Supercharger, which takes about half an hour to 45 minutes. Now I'm blessed to have 2 superchargers within 5 minutes of my house. I have one at Haptur City and I have one at Dubai Mall. The one at Dubai Mall is always occupied. So I usually go to the one in Haptur City, which is usually available. And it takes about 45 minutes to charge my car from about 30 to 40%, which is what I'm left with at the end of the week with my driving habits. That roughly works out 530 kilometers of range, and me driving around 300 kilometers of range leaves me 230 kilometers of range per week as a balance. So that's a substantial amount of range left in the car. So I'm not really worried by the end of the week that I need to charge it. But yes, I do need to plan every week that either on Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to make a trip to Haptur City, be there for 45 minutes to charge the car. And that is the fastest kind of charging that you can get. In Haptur City, I get around 140 to 150 kilowatts per hour of charging speed. And that slows down as the car charges up. So when you're at 30%, it'll charge at the full speed. When it reaches about 70 to 80%, it'll slow down to about 30 to 40 kilowatts per hour. That whole cycle takes about 45 minutes. And I charge the car up to 90% every week. So it's not even charging the full 100% of the battery. It's about 90%. And that's just to maintain the battery life of the car long term. It's supposed to be good not to fill up your battery every time. Of course, if you're going on a long trip or something, you can. My usage is from 90%, it goes down to about 30 to 40% per week. So that's like 50% of the battery being used on a weekly basis. If I didn't have that supercharger so close by to me, I probably wouldn't advise you to get an electric car if you don't have a charging facility at home. Because like my commute there is 5 minutes. I chill over there for 45 minutes. I've been rewatching Rick and Morty while I'm charging my car at the Tesla Supercharger over here. And, that's just my day. I plan it that way. I go to the Supercharger. Either I get some work done or I'm watching some Rick and Morty, like a couple of episodes, and my car is fully charged. Now, the best thing about Tesla Supercharging in Dubai is that it's seamless. When you get into the car, you just put the Supercharger on the map. It's going to precondition your battery so that you get the best speeds. The battery needs to be slightly warmer in order to get the best intake of power. So I always preheat my batteries on the app, and then I drive up to the Supercharger. By then it's fully prepped and I get the maximum speed to charge the car. And that whole Tesla experience is seamless, and the best part of it is that it's free. There is no charge in Dubai currently to charge your car at a Tesla Supercharger. Now, this might change in the future, and when I bought the car, it came with 10,000 kilometers of free supercharging. So that's a lot. That should last me for like 2 years maybe. In other countries in the world, they do charge for supercharging. But currently, as of right now, in Dubai, there's no charge for supercharging. So I have spent close to 0 dirhams to charge my car for the last 3 months. Another thing I discovered is in Dubai, Deva, which is the Dubai Electrical and Water Authority, have set up electric car charging stations across Dubai. So there is one right opposite to where my office is. So sometimes when I'm feeling lazy to go into a supercharger on the weekend, or if I have plans, then what I do is I will leave my car at a Deva Charger, and I will scan the QR code over there. It's going to ask me for authorization. I can choose how long I want to charge the car for, a couple of hours. And then I leave the car over there and I go to office and I come pick it up after 3 to 4 hours, and my car is fully charged. The Deva Chargers are far slower than the Tesla Superchargers. Like the Tesla Supercharger will take 45 minutes to charge my car. The Deva Charger, the one that I have, is 11 kilowatts per hour. So there's a 10 times difference between a Tesla Supercharger and the Deva Charger. And so it takes about 4 to 5 hours for me to charge my car, from about 50% to 90% on the Deva Charger. But that's not something I really mind. I'm in the office anyway. I'm not like waiting in the car while it's charging. So that's a really convenient extra feature to have. And to charge my car for 4 hours, it roughly cost me 20 dirhams. If I were to pay fuel for the same amount of mileage that I'm getting, it'll probably cost me 100 dirhams at a petrol station on something like my BMW 650. It's roughly 5 times cheaper to operate the electric car versus operating a petrol car. So that's a really nice convenience feature too. So I'm just blessed that I have these two options available to me. So between the two of them, I really don't struggle with charging the car, but definitely there is a bit more planning involved compared to a petrol car, because I can just go refuel at a petrol station in 5 minutes. But over here, I need to either plan that I'm going to be there for 45 minutes charging the car, or I'm going to leave the car somewhere which is not maybe in the most convenient location. Maybe I need to walk 5-10 minutes to my destination from where the charger is, and then wait for 3-4 hours for the car to charge. So, that is definitely something you want to consider if you're not willing to take that, extra effort to kind of plan your day around charging your car. The other cool thing about owning a Tesla is that the Tesla supercharging network is amazing. Like we went to Hatta and they had a supercharger over there. So, I drove over there around 200 kilometers, charged the car in 15-20 minutes, was able to drive back very conveniently. And the other really nice thing is most places that offer electric car charging have Tesla destination chargers over there, which charge the car roughly at around 30 to 40 kilowatts per hour. And so you can charge your car up in around 2 to 3 hours over there. When we go out for a dinner or lunch, or we're spending time at the beach at one of these resorts, I can have the car charging while I'm over there. So, that's one of the best features of Tesla electric cars in particular, is the supercharging network and the abundance of destination chargers that are compatible with Tesla really makes it convenient, at least in Dubai, to own a Tesla over any other electric vehicle. And I think it's the same in most European countries and the US. And sometimes, very occasionally, when I go to Hub Tour, I do have to wait for like half an hour to get a spot on the Tesla supercharger to charge, because there's so many cars waiting over there. The Tesla supercharging experience is pretty interesting because most of the time you're at a nice place. So Hub Tour is a really nice 5-star hotel. You can go up there, you can have a coffee if you want while you're waiting for your spot or for the car to charge. They have multiple restaurants. Most Tesla chargers are in locations where you'd want to spend some time. So Tesla's kind of thought of that and made the supercharging network really useful and really nice for people who don't have the facility to charge at home. My sister-in-law lives in a villa and they have charging in her parking. Every day or two, she'll just plug in the car at night. Now that charging is super slow. It takes like 12 to 13 hours to charge the car. But if you're coming home at like say 6 or 7 in the evening and you have to go to work next day at 7 in the morning, you have the full range available to you almost every day. So that is the best way to own and operate an electric car. That's the most convenient way. It's far more convenient than having a petrol car if you have that facility. But for me, and for people who are considering to own an electric car without having a charging facility at home, this is the reality. You do have to plan a little bit and plan in advance and make sure that you're close to a supercharger. If not, your life's going to be a little bit inconvenient. All right, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one.